it's not. I promise you. Why didn't I go active duty instead of National Guard? Because I also wanted to get into law enforcement. I also wanted to do college, and I should put super red lipstick on. I should. I'm not really from Maryland. I work in Maryland. I live in Pennsylvania though. What is the process to join? You talk to a recruiter. Yes, you can go active duty and still go to college. However, I just didn't know if that's something that I wanted to do. What am I not going to answer? If you're saying something stupid, then no, I'm probably not going to answer. But more than likely, I probably didn't see what you said. What about my rank? No, I'm not at Aberdeen Proving Ground. Yes, I've been to Afghanistan. Oh, you're from Pennsylvania too, cool. So originally, I was born in California and raised in Massachusetts, but I live in Pennsylvania now. Some of these folks ask questions like Google doesn't exist. Yeah. So, and then some people ask dumbass questions. If you are asking something political or something insanely stupid, you'll get blocked or, yeah, goodbye. How long from talking to another recruiter did you leave home? Honestly, you could talk to a recruiter, and it just depends on what rotation they're doing basic training on, what your MOS is in order to send you to basic training. So depending on that, you could go as soon, or you can push it back. I will explain technician AGR. So for me, I talked to a recruiter in January, the beginning of January. I thought about it after I talked to the recruiter, and I swore in January 27th, and I went to basic training March 27th. So almost exactly 2 months later. It just so happens, and like I said, it depends what MOS you're doing. So like if you're gonna be like a combat MOS, you'll go to like a specific base, like infantry, some sort of thing like that, because you're going to do your basic training and AIT like back to back at that same place. That's how it worked whenever I first came in. Do I want to be a soldier? I already am a soldier. So I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina for my basic training. From the recruiter's office, or like from MEPS, like after you talk to the recruiter, you go to something called MEPS, and that's where they evaluate you physically, mentally. You'll get a background check, have a chance to get like a security clearance if your job requires it, all that stuff. Yes, I would consider becoming an officer, but a warrant officer. But yeah, and then from there, if everything goes okay and you're accepted, then you can swear in. And then you'll get like a ship date for basic training. But somebody asked the difference between AGR and technician. There's a few differences. We can all wear makeup now. We've always been able to. Just people aren't aware of it because they don't look at the regulation, or they just are very naive. But AGRs, it stands for, first of all, AGR stands for Active Guard Reserve. So they're considered active duty, but for the state that they are contracted within. So yeah, it's supposed to look natural. Yes, exactly. That's why I don't wear blush and highlighter and all that other shit, because that is not natural. Nobody naturally has fucking highlight on their face. Anyways, or eyeshadow or eyeliner. But I'm a military technician. Yes, 225th Louisiana. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. Military technician, they're federal. AGR, they're constantly on orders, so they do not get paid for drill. They do not get paid for any sort of additional orders, like for annual training. Military schools that they go to, they're always on orders, so they're not going to get put on different orders. So it's just one consistent paycheck, and their time is going towards their Army retirement. With military technicians, we are considered federal DoD civilians. So even though I wear this uniform every day to work as a military technician, this time is not going towards my National Guard retirement. It's going towards a federal retirement. So I get paid for drill, I get paid for orders, and that time goes towards National Guard Army retirement. So I'm gonna get 2 different retirements. AGRs get 1 retirement. So there's a few bit of differences, but those are just the major ones to point out. So like if I go to a military school, I get paid for not being at my job, and I get paid for my orders. So I get paid, so I can double dip essentially. AGR is so much better than active duty in my opinion, because you don't have to deal with recruiting is down for the military. Yes, I'm not a recruiter. You are AGR, yeah. So you know how to make that money. I'm trying. Have I ever been active before? No, just full-time National Guard, but not active duty. And like I said, AGRs, they don't have to do staff duty. They don't have to do CQ. Yes, engineers, Assayians. They don't have to do that. And so like when I come to work to do PT, it's on my own. And it's whatever I want to do. It's not formal PT. It's in civilian clothes. No formal formations. Nothing like that. So AGR in Puerto Rico Reserve. Oh, cool. I went to Puerto Rico for annual training a couple years ago. It was so much fun. We went to, what's that? Camp Santiago. That's where we were training. How much they pay for basic training? It depends what rank you are and how many dependents you have. You can look up the pay scales online. They have them out there. They have a calculator on there as well. You can put in how many dependents you have, if you're single, your rank, and your zip code as well, because that's going to determine your BAH and BAS if you're married. I think, so I went to basic training as an E2. I didn't have any dependents, nothing. I was 19 years old. I think by the time that I finished basic training, it's 10 weeks long, so like 2.5 months. I think when I graduated from basic training, it was like $3,500 that I graduated with, maybe $4,000. So a private basic training, so 2.5 months makes roughly $3,000 to $4,000. I can't remember exactly the exact amount, but that's about accurate. Yeah, I can't remember.